Angels have always fascinated humanity, but our understanding of them is often limited by religious interpretations and folklore. In The Law of One, Ra presents a revolutionary perspective that shatters traditional views, showing angels as higher-density beings rather than divine messengers isolated from our own spiritual evolution. These celestial beings are not just passive protectors, but integral parts of a vast cosmic hierarchy, guiding the evolution of consciousness through love, wisdom, and light. Understanding angels from this lens reveals their deeper role in the metaphysical order of the universe, challenging preconceived notions and inviting us to see them as advanced souls who have transcended the limitations of lower densities. This knowledge not only expands our understanding of angelic nature, but also deepens our insight into the journey of the soul itself. Those who follow the path of light and service to others may one day find themselves among these beings, embodying the same principles of love and unity. To grasp this transformative perspective, it's essential to break free from the idea that angels are purely divine creations separate from human experience. Instead, we must recognize them as evolved entities who have reached higher densities through dedication to spiritual growth and collective consciousness. Ra teaches that angels are deeply connected to the Confederation of Planets, working alongside other advanced civilizations to maintain balance and harmony throughout the cosmos. Their mission is not to impose divine will, but to support the free will of all sentient beings, guiding them through subtle influence rather than overt interference. This non-intrusive approach exemplifies the principle of non-interference, a cornerstone of higher-density wisdom, ensuring that each soul follows its own path without coercion or manipulation. Exploring the true nature of angels requires an open mind and a willingness to challenge conventional beliefs. Rather than seeing them as separate entities wielding power over humanity, we should view them as spiritual mentors guiding us toward higher awareness. Their guidance comes through subtle inspiration, dreams, and synchronicities rather than dramatic interventions. This approach allows each person to develop self-awareness without becoming dependent on external authority. The purpose of angelic guidance is not to dominate, but to empower individuals to become self-reliant on their spiritual path. As we dive deeper into this episode, we'll uncover how these beings function within the cosmic hierarchy and their vital role in safeguarding planetary evolution. Understanding the dynamics of angelic interaction also requires examining their role in spiritual warfare. Though they are not warriors in a traditional sense, angels do engage in metaphysical battles by holding space for love and light, countering negative entities through their unwavering positivity. This resistance to spiritual entropy is essential for maintaining balance in the universe, as negative forces naturally collapse under their own instability. By maintaining pure polarization towards service to others, angels act as beacons of light in the dark, reinforcing the natural gravitational pull toward love and unity. Their presence alone can neutralize negative influences without the need for confrontation or conflict, embodying the profound power of light over darkness. To fully appreciate the depth of this knowledge, we must explore the intricate balance between free will and divine wisdom. Angels do not override human choices, but rather illuminate paths that align with higher truths. This nuanced interaction demonstrates their respect for human autonomy while subtly guiding souls towards spiritual evolution. By understanding the true essence of angelic presence, we not only gain a clearer perspective on their role in the cosmos, but also realize how our own choices shape our destiny. As we proceed through this episode, we'll delve deeper into the complex layers of angelic function, unveiling truths that resonate far beyond conventional beliefs. Chapter 1. The Third Density and the Choice of Polarity. The third density is where consciousness truly awakens, allowing beings to recognize themselves as distinct entities with the power to choose their path. This density marks the critical juncture where one must decide between service to others or service to self, shaping the course of spiritual evolution. The positive path, characterized by love, unity, and compassion, draws beings toward collective growth and harmony. On the other hand, the negative path thrives on control, manipulation, and domination, pushing entities to consolidate power at the expense of others. These two polarities are not moral opposites, but natural expressions of universal dynamics, much like magnetic charges. The choice made in the third density lays the foundation for higher density experiences, determining how the soul navigates its journey through the cosmos. Positive polarization requires a commitment to serving others with genuine intent, rooted in love and the desire to uplift collective consciousness. To graduate to the fourth density through the positive path, an entity must embody at least 51% dedication to service to others. This means living with compassion, making choices that benefit not just oneself, but also those around. Imagine a leader who inspires unity and encourages growth rather than manipulating followers for personal gain. On the negative path, however, the standard is far more demanding: 95% service to self. Achieving this degree of negative polarization requires unwavering dedication to self-interest, exploiting others to consolidate power. This stark contrast highlights the inherent difficulty in maintaining negative polarization, as spiritual entropy tends to destabilize such energies over time. Spiritual entropy acts as a counterforce to negative polarization, making it inherently challenging to sustain over extended periods. This concept reflects the universal truth that disharmony eventually collapses under its own weight. Imagine trying to maintain control over countless variables in a chaotic environment. It demands constant effort and vigilance. Positive polarization, by contrast, builds naturally through cooperation, empathy, and a shared drive to elevate collective consciousness. This is why most beings in the universe naturally align with the positive path, as it harmonizes with the flow of love and light. Entities seeking negative polarization face constant challenges as they attempt to dominate and manipulate, while resisting the natural tendency toward unity and coherence. The challenges faced by negative polarization often lead to an eventual breakdown, as domination and control become increasingly exhausting. Even those who manage to reach fourth density on the negative path often find themselves at odds with their own nature, caught in a web of perpetual conflict and struggle. This is the reason why very few entities succeed in advancing through the negative pathway compared to the overwhelmingly positive majority. The universe itself appears to favor cohesion and collective growth, allowing those aligned with love and service to progress with greater fluidity. Those on the negative path must constantly guard their position, as any lapse in domination could mean a loss of accumulated polarity. Ultimately, the third density is a testing ground for polarization, where beings must choose how to interact with the world and others around them. This choice not only shapes personal evolution, but also influences the broader cosmic tapestry. Those who align with service to others contribute to building a harmonious collective consciousness, while those on the negative path struggle to maintain their fragmented power structures. The lessons learned in third density set the stage for entering higher densities, where unity becomes essential for continued evolution. As we move forward, we will explore how these polarized paths interact and how power dynamics between positive and negative entities shape the unfolding of the universe. Chapter 2. The power dynamic between positive and negative paths. In the cosmic dance between positive and negative polarities, the true power dynamic emerges not from mere opposition, but from the fundamental principles governing each path. Positive beings gain power through service to others, fostering love, unity, and collective growth. Their strength lies in empowering others to become self-sufficient, thereby amplifying positive polarization across vast social memory complexes. Negative beings, on the other hand, gain power through dominance and control, constantly asserting their will over others to maintain polarity. This creates a fragile hierarchy where any sign of compassion or tolerance risks destabilizing their entire structure. Unlike positive entities, who thrive through cooperation, negative entities are locked in a constant struggle to maintain supremacy, often facing resistance from both external forces and internal discord. One of the key challenges for negative polarization is the necessity of continuous control, without which their power diminishes rapidly. Imagine holding onto a burning coal. You must keep your grip tight despite the pain, for letting go means losing everything. This metaphor captures the relentless pursuit of power that characterizes the negative path. Conversely, positive beings nurture their power effortlessly through uplifting interactions, allowing their influence to expand organically. As they empower others to grow spiritually, they themselves ascend to higher densities. This difference in approach highlights why positive polarization is inherently more sustainable, as it aligns with the natural flow of love/light and intelligent energy throughout the universe. Another significant difference lies in how each path interacts with the concept of free will. Positive entities honor and protect free will, even if it means losing influence in a given situation. Negative entities, however, see free will as an obstacle to be overridden, seeking to mold others' choices to fit their desires. This constant violation of autonomy not only generates resistance, but also limits their ability to truly evolve. In contrast, positive beings gain strength from respecting others' agency, reinforcing the interconnectedness that underpins the cosmic order. By allowing freedom of choice, they maintain stability and harmony, while negative entities remain trapped in an endless cycle of control and rebellion. The higher densities introduce another complexity: social memory complexes. Positive beings naturally merge into collective consciousness, forming unified entities that act with a single purpose. Negative entities, however, struggle to achieve this level of unity because their inherent nature resists cooperation. While positive collectives grow stronger as they merge, negative ones often collapse under their own discord. This fundamental difference underscores the ultimate triumph of light over darkness, not because one fights the other, but because positive coherence naturally outlasts negative fragmentation. The negative path, despite its intensity and ambition, ultimately falters against the harmonious and fluid nature of positive unification. Understanding this power dynamic is crucial for anyone seeking spiritual evolution, as it reveals why aligning with love and service to others offers a more stable and enduring path. Those who choose the negative route may gain temporary dominance, but they do so at the cost of enduring internal conflict and inevitable collapse. Positive beings, meanwhile, continue to grow through each act of kindness and empowerment, forming lasting bonds that transcend individual limitations. The natural gravitation toward unity makes the positive path far more resilient, allowing beings to evolve harmoniously through the densities. Up next, we'll explore how this dynamic plays out within social memory complexes and how collective consciousness shapes the future of spiritual evolution. Chapter 3: The Social Memory Complex and Collective Evolution. As beings advance beyond the third density, they begin to experience a profound transformation, merging into what Ra calls social memory complexes. This process involves the unification of individual consciousness into a collective entity, where thoughts, memories, and wisdom are seamlessly shared. Imagine a civilization where every mind is interconnected, each thought resonating through countless beings like a single heartbeat. This level of unity transcends personal ambition and fosters an environment where progress is collective rather than individual. In practical terms, it means that knowledge accumulated by one is instantly accessible to all, eliminating misunderstandings and fostering a culture of mutual growth. Such unity becomes a powerful force in the universe, allowing these complexes to act as guardians, guides, and planetary overseers. Social memory complexes naturally arise when a group of beings reaches a sufficient level of harmony and alignment in consciousness. For instance, Ra itself is a sixth-density social memory complex, formed from countless souls that have merged their wisdom over eons. These collectives serve a vital role in the cosmic hierarchy, guiding younger civilizations while honoring the principle of non-interference. Their primary purpose is to assist without infringing upon the free will of less evolved beings. Earth, still fragmented and divided, is far from forming its own social memory complex, but the seeds of unity are gradually taking root as humanity becomes more interconnected through both technology and spiritual awakening. The emergence of a social memory complex on Earth would mark a monumental shift in our collective evolution. It would signify the unification of all human knowledge and experience into a single, harmonious consciousness. Imagine a world where wisdom from every culture, every historical period, and every individual perspective is synthesized into one vast reservoir of understanding. This collective consciousness would naturally gravitate towards service to others, as compassion and empathy become intrinsic to every interaction. While we are far from this ideal, glimpses of it emerge when communities unite for a common cause, or when global consciousness aligns in moments of crisis or celebration. However, forming a social memory complex is not without challenges. Polarization remains a significant hurdle, as fragmented ideologies and conflicting goals hinder unification. Negative entities, too, resist such cohesion, as their nature defies collective integration. They prefer maintaining power through isolation and control rather than merging into a unified purpose. Despite this, positive collectives consistently outlast negative ones due to their inherent coherence and mutual support. The gravitational pull toward unity is stronger than the discord that defines negative paths, making positive social memory complexes enduring and resilient across densities. To truly understand the significance of social memory complexes, we must look beyond our current limitations and envision a future where humanity transcends divisiveness. As individuals evolve and align with a positive path, the collective consciousness naturally shifts toward harmony and interconnectedness. This is not just a metaphysical ideal, but a practical evolution of how civilizations grow stronger together. In the next segment, we will delve deeper into how angels themselves represent the culmination of this collective evolution, embodying higher density light bodies and serving as the ultimate guides for universal harmony. Chapter 4. Angels as higher density beings. Angels, as commonly understood, are far from mere ethereal messengers floating between heaven and earth. In the context of the Law of One, they are higher density beings who have evolved far beyond the limitations of human experience. These entities manifest as light bodies, transcending physical form to exist as pure expressions of love and wisdom. As beings progress through fourth and fifth densities, their essence shifts from chemical to electromagnetic, embodying radiant energy that ancient scriptures poetically describe as beings of light. This transition marks their journey from material existence to a more ethereal state, where their influence becomes subtle yet immensely powerful. Rather than being supernatural guardians, they are evolved souls who have embraced unity and service to others on an extraordinary scale. One of the most striking aspects of angelic beings is how they embody the principle of service to others while maintaining a profound respect for free will. Unlike popular portrayals that depict angels as fierce warriors battling darkness, their real power lies in the quiet assertion of light and harmony. Archangels, such as Michael and Gabriel, are not individual entities, but social memory complexes formed from countless souls unified in purpose. These beings act as guardians over solar systems, providing guidance without infringing on individual choice. Their presence influences subtle shifts in consciousness rather than direct interventions, ensuring that evolutionary progress remains in alignment with the Creator's will. Their strength is rooted in coherence and collective intention, not in domination or force. It's crucial to understand that angels do not stand as isolated divine beings, but rather as advanced versions of ourselves, souls who have reached a higher state of consciousness through dedication to love and unity. This concept radically challenges the traditional narrative that places them on an untouchable pedestal. By recognizing angels as future versions of humanity, we realize that spiritual evolution is not about becoming something completely different, but about shedding the layers of separation and embracing collective wisdom. The path of light, as walked by these beings, is open to anyone willing to commit to service to others and the evolution of consciousness. In practical terms, this means living with integrity, compassion, and an unwavering dedication to uplift those around us. The concept of archangels as social memory complexes is not just a theoretical idea. It's a practical demonstration of how unity empowers spiritual entities. Ra itself, functioning as an archangel-like presence, operates as a collective entity rather than a singular being. This realization challenges us to rethink not only what angels are, but how they represent the pinnacle of social memory complex evolution. Their guidance does not come as grand declarations or miraculous rescues, but as subtle influences that resonate with those attuned to higher frequencies. By embodying unconditional love, they naturally repel negative entities without engaging in direct conflict, showing that the ultimate power lies in harmony rather than opposition. Understanding angels as higher density beings shifts our entire perception of divine assistance. Instead of waiting for supernatural intervention, we are encouraged to elevate our consciousness and align with principles of love and unity. This perspective empowers us to take ownership of our spiritual journey, knowing that the path of light is a gradual unfolding rather than an instant transformation. By aspiring to become more like these beings, dedicated, compassionate, and unwavering in service to others, we take the first steps toward our own evolution into higher densities. Next, we'll dive into the Confederation of Planets and how these angelic beings coordinate with other advanced civilizations to maintain balance throughout the cosmos. Chapter 5. The Confederation of Planets. The Confederation of Planets represents a cooperative alliance of higher density beings who work in harmony to preserve balance and promote the law of one throughout the cosmos. This collective consists of 53 civilizations and over 500 planetary consciousness complexes, all unified in their dedication to service to others. It's not a government or a ruling body, but rather a collaborative effort to maintain spiritual coherence across countless star systems. The Confederation operates under a principle of non-interference, ensuring that the free will of less evolved planets remains intact. This approach reflects a profound respect for the evolutionary process, allowing each civilization to discover its own path while receiving subtle guidance from more advanced entities. At the heart of the Confederation's leadership structure lies the Council of Nine, composed of 5th and 6th density archangels who oversee its activities. These beings, rooted in deep wisdom and collective unity, act as mentors and facilitators rather than authoritarian figures. They ensure that the Confederation's actions align with the cosmic principles of love and harmony. Above them, the Guardians, a separate group of 24 higher density beings, likely from the 7th density, serve as spiritual overseers who monitor the larger metaphysical dynamics of the universe. Their role is not to impose, but to guard the integrity of cosmic balance, stepping in only when negative entities threaten the free will or spiritual evolution of a planet. One of the most significant functions of the Confederation is to facilitate communication between civilizations that are ready to engage in higher consciousness dialogues. Earth, still fragmented and polarized, is not yet a full participant, but glimpses of this connection have been recorded throughout human history. Many of the so-called divine encounters or angelic interventions could actually be subtle influences from Confederation members, guiding humanity without violating its natural evolution. Telepathic communication is a common tool among these beings, as it allows for the transmission of wisdom without imposing authority. This method preserves the sovereignty of each consciousness while offering support and insight to those who seek it. The Confederation also serves as a safeguard against negative entities that attempt to disrupt planetary harmony. The Council of Nine, along with the Guardians, actively monitors the vibrational integrity of evolving planets, including Earth. Whenever a negative force attempts to infringe on collective free will, these higher density beings respond with love and light, reinforcing the protective quarantine that surrounds our planet. This quarantine acts as an energy barrier that deters negative entities from direct interference. When challenges arise, the response is not combative but harmonizing, sending waves of positive energy that naturally repel lower vibrational intrusions. It's not about fighting darkness with force, but dissolving it through the sheer power of light. The existence of the Confederation challenges our conventional understanding of celestial governance. Rather than a hierarchy based on control, it operates through voluntary cooperation and mutual respect. This network of spiritually advanced civilizations exemplifies the ultimate goal of positive polarization, achieving unity without sacrificing individuality. As humanity continues its journey toward 4th density, it becomes increasingly vital to recognize these cosmic alliances not as distant myths, but as integral parts of our own evolution. Next, we'll delve deeper into how the planetary quarantine operates and how it functions as a crucial safeguard against negative entities trying to manipulate Earth's spiritual growth. Chapter 6: The Planetary Quarantine and Protection from Negative Entities. The concept of a planetary quarantine might sound like a sci-fi plot, but in the context of the Law of One, it's a crucial mechanism that safeguards Earth from direct interference by negative entities. This quarantine is an energetic barrier maintained by the Confederation of Planets, specifically overseen by the Guardians. These higher density beings patrol the energetic boundaries of Earth, constantly monitoring for any intrusions that might violate humanity's free will. Rather than acting as aggressive protectors, they uphold the quarantine by radiating pure love and light, which naturally repels negative forces. This approach is rooted in the principle that darkness cannot coexist with the vibrational purity of love, making any confrontation unnecessary. Whenever a negative entity attempts to penetrate this quarantine, the Guardians challenge in the name of the infinite Creator, presenting a vibrational field of unconditional love. Negative entities, whose polarity thrives on manipulation and control, find this love intolerable and are forced to retreat. It's not about waging battles or engaging in metaphysical warfare, but rather about holding an unwavering space of positivity that naturally repels discordant energies. This dynamic demonstrates the fundamental power of spiritual gravity, love as the ultimate force that holds the universe in balance. Rather than expelling darkness through conflict, it is dissolved by the sheer resonance of light. One of the most intriguing aspects of this quarantine is how it respects the principle of free will. The guardians do not completely block negative influences, but rather limit their direct interference. This subtlety ensures that human consciousness still has the opportunity to learn and grow from challenges without being overwhelmed by external domination. Think of it as a protective shield that filters out the most intrusive forces while allowing humanity to face necessary catalysts for growth. It's not about isolating Earth from all cosmic influences, but about maintaining a fair playing field where free will remains the guiding principle of evolution. The purpose of this quarantine goes beyond mere protection. It serves as a framework that honors both cosmic law and human agency. By maintaining this energetic boundary, the Confederation ensures that Earth's evolutionary process is guided more by internal development than external manipulation. This way, human consciousness can naturally polarize without being unduly influenced by dominant negative entities. It's a delicate balance, where the guardians act as vigilant custodians rather than authoritarian protectors. Their dedication to preserving the integrity of Earth's spiritual growth reflects the fundamental ethos of higher density service to others, support without intrusion, guidance without control. Understanding the quarantine's function reshapes how we view spiritual protection. It's not about angelic beings swooping down to fight demonic forces, but about maintaining a vibrational environment that nurtures positive polarization. By upholding this energetic equilibrium, the guardians allow humanity to evolve at its own pace, learning from both light and darkness. This nuanced approach reinforces the notion that true power does not come from domination, but from sustaining harmony. Up next, we will address the common misconceptions about angels and how these higher density beings truly interact with human affairs, shedding light on what is often misunderstood about their role and purpose. Chapter 7: Common Misconceptions about Angels. When most people think of angels, they often imagine powerful, omnipotent beings swooping down from the heavens to rescue humanity from danger. These celestial saviors are typically portrayed as warriors, intervening in battles between good and evil. However, the true nature of angels, as revealed in the Law of One, could not be more different. Angels do not engage in warfare or forcibly alter the course of human history. They are not external divine beings sent to solve our problems, nor do they prevent suffering or challenges. Instead, their role is far subtler and infinitely more powerful. They serve as guides, beacons of light, and gentle facilitators of spiritual growth. Their purpose is to radiate love and wisdom into the hearts of those who are open, not to impose their will or change the course of individual experiences. The misconception that angels are here to stop suffering is rooted in the misunderstanding of the nature of spiritual evolution. Suffering is an intrinsic part of growth. It is through challenge and struggle that beings learn, grow, and refine their consciousness. Angels do not prevent suffering, but they help illuminate the path through it. Think of them as the gentle wind that guides a boat through rough waters, not the boat itself. They offer support by radiating love and light, assisting in navigating emotional and spiritual turbulence. By remaining aligned with the principles of free will, they allow individuals to face their challenges and learn from them, all while offering guidance when sought. Another common misconception is the idea that angels are engaged in constant battles against demons or negative forces. In reality, the path of light is inherently stronger than the path of darkness, and angels do not need to fight for supremacy. Instead of confronting negativity head-on, angels maintain their position of purity and love, and in doing so, they naturally dissolve darkness. Negative entities avoid positive beings because their presence is so incompatible with the lower vibrational frequencies of darkness. Angels do not wage war. They simply embody the higher frequencies of love and wisdom, which inherently repel lower energies. This subtle but profound influence is often misunderstood as passivity, when in fact it is the most powerful force in the universe. Angels are also frequently believed to provide direct answers or solve problems for us. In truth, they do not intervene in such a way that removes our free will or personal responsibility. They do not give us ready-made solutions or tell us what to do in specific situations. Instead, they guide us toward realizations by illuminating our inner wisdom. They act as mirrors, reflecting the truths that already reside within us. It is up to the individual to recognize these truths and apply them. This process of self-discovery is central to spiritual evolution, and angels support it by creating a vibrational field that encourages self-awareness, rather than offering external directives. The most significant misconception about angels is that they are separate from us, distinct and unreachable. The law of one teaches us that angels are, in fact, beings much like us, souls who have evolved through the same process of spiritual growth and polarization. They have simply reached a higher density of consciousness through dedication to love, unity, and service to others. They are not divine beings apart from humanity, but are advanced versions of what each of us can become if we follow the path of light. Every soul on the positive path has the potential to become an angel, embodying the same qualities of love and wisdom that angels now radiate. This realization shifts the perspective of angelic beings from distant saviors to fellow travelers on the road to spiritual enlightenment. Chapter 8: The Nature of Free Will and Spiritual Evolution. Free will is a cornerstone of spiritual evolution, and its importance cannot be overstated. In the Law of One, it's emphasized that free will is the most sacred gift given to all beings, allowing them to make choices that shape their spiritual journey. Angels, despite their higher density and wisdom, do not infringe upon this fundamental freedom. They understand that true growth can only occur when beings make conscious decisions about their path. Without free will, there is no opportunity for true learning, no genuine evolution. Every choice we make, whether in alignment with the path of service to others or the path of service to self, carries with it the potential for growth, and this process is sacred. Free will is the canvas upon which the soul paints its journey, and every decision is a stroke that contributes to its evolution. Angels, as beings who have transcended the limitations of lower densities, respect the power of free will at every level. They understand that every soul must find its own way, learn from its own experiences, and awaken its own inner wisdom. They do not impose themselves upon humanity or force decisions upon us. Instead, they offer subtle guidance, aligning with the cosmic law of non-interference. Their role is to hold space, to create an environment of love and support, and to radiate light, helping those who are ready to open their hearts to higher understanding. Free will ensures that the soul's journey remains authentic and self-directed, even when divine wisdom is present. This principle of free will also ties into the idea of spiritual evolution. Each soul must navigate its own path, confronting challenges, learning from them, and gradually refining its consciousness. No entity, be it angelic, human, or otherwise, can evolve for another. Spiritual evolution is an internal process shaped by the individual's decisions, actions, and reactions. Consider the difference between being told how to think and being guided to discover the truth for oneself. The latter is far more transformative. Just as an artist learns by experimenting with colors and techniques, the soul learns by making choices and experiencing the consequences. Free will is what allows the soul to forge its own unique path, a path that leads to the realization of its true nature and alignment with universal love. Yet, while free will is paramount, it's important to understand that no choice is ever made in isolation. The choices we make are influenced by our spiritual awareness, the lessons we have yet to learn, and the energies that surround us. Angels and higher density beings do not remove the challenges we face, but they offer love and light to help us navigate through them. They respect our ability to learn from these challenges and understand that growth comes through overcoming obstacles. This is why angels do not simply intervene in every difficulty we encounter. Instead, they offer guidance when we seek it, providing clarity in moments of confusion. They trust that, given the freedom to choose, we will eventually find our way toward the light. The nature of free will and spiritual evolution also means that every soul is ultimately responsible for its own destiny. No being, angelic or otherwise, can dictate a soul's path. The choices made today will shape the experiences of tomorrow, and each decision either brings one closer to unity and love or further away into separation and fear. This is why angels, while they may offer guidance, do not force us into particular paths. They simply provide the opportunity for us to choose, trusting that through the exercise of free will, we will align with the path of light. As we continue to explore the profound wisdom of the higher densities, it becomes clear that free will and spiritual evolution are inextricably linked, forming the foundation of the cosmic order. Chapter 9. The universe operates under the law of free will. The true nature of angels, as revealed in the law of one, radically shifts our perception of these celestial beings. Rather than seeing them as distant, omnipotent entities, we come to understand that angels are, in fact, advanced souls who have journeyed through the same process of spiritual evolution that we are currently experiencing. They have transcended lower densities and now exist in higher states of consciousness, serving as beacons of light, wisdom, and love. Their primary role is to guide us without infringing on our free will, providing subtle support that helps us navigate our own spiritual journeys. By recognizing angels as evolved versions of ourselves, we gain a deeper understanding of the path that lies ahead for all who choose the path of service to others. As we have explored, the universe operates under the law of free will, which is central to our spiritual evolution. Angels, despite their advanced state, respect this fundamental law. They do not impose their will upon us, but create a space where we can make our own choices, face challenges, and grow. This respect for free will ensures that our spiritual journey remains authentic and self-directed. It is through the exercise of free will that we learn, evolve, and ultimately realize our true nature. As we continue along the path of light, we may find that the guidance of angels becomes increasingly apparent, not as direct intervention, but as subtle nudges that lead us to deeper self-awareness and spiritual growth. The Confederation of Planets, the Guardians, and the Council of Nine play vital roles in protecting the integrity of the evolutionary process. Their efforts ensure that the free will of humanity and other planets is respected, while offering subtle guidance that aligns with the cosmic laws of unity and love. The planetary quarantine serves as a safeguard against negative entities, ensuring that Earth remains a place where souls can freely choose their path. This cosmic protection does not involve direct interference, but upholds the vibrational integrity of the planet, allowing for organic spiritual growth. The Guardians do not fight battles in the conventional sense. They maintain the vibrational field of love and light, ensuring that negative forces are naturally repelled. As we reflect on the true nature of angels, we begin to realize that their purpose is not to fight darkness, but to embody the very light that dissolves it. Their role is not one of domination, but of elevation, helping us ascend through the densities of consciousness by radiating love and wisdom. Their presence is a reminder that the most powerful force in the universe is not forceful power, but love. As we continue on our own spiritual journeys, it is essential to remember that the path of light is not an exclusive one. Every soul on the positive path is destined to eventually become an angel, evolving, growing, and serving others in the process. In the grand scheme of the cosmos, the evolution of consciousness is a continuous process that transcends individual lifetimes. The role of angels, the Confederation, and other higher density beings is to support this process without interfering with free will. They hold space for us, offering love and light as we navigate our own paths toward higher states of being. As we continue to evolve, we will find that we are not separate from these beings, but are, in fact, walking the same path of light, destined to become what they are. The journey may be long, but it is through our choices and our commitment to service to others that we will ultimately achieve the same enlightenment and wisdom that angels now embody. Conclusion: it's time to recognize that your destiny is to embody love. So, are you ready to embrace the truth about angels? They aren't distant, unattainable beings of light. They are us, just further along in our evolution. The more you align with love, compassion, and service to others, the closer you get to becoming like them. It's a reminder that your path of spiritual growth is uniquely yours, and the choices you make today shape the future you're stepping into. Every decision is a step closer to becoming the light you seek in the world. Now, think about how this shifts your perspective. How do you approach your struggles, your triumphs, and your relationships, knowing that you are on the same path of evolution as these advanced beings? How does this knowledge change the way you live your life today? It's time to recognize that your destiny is to embody love, just as the angels do. And as you walk the path of light, remember that the journey is yours to shape. If you're ready to deepen your understanding of this incredible journey, make sure to hit that subscribe button and activate notifications so you don't miss the next step on your path to spiritual enlightenment. Don't just watch. Join the conversation, share your insights, and let's continue exploring the mysteries of the universe together.